Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Spark. I'm Coach David. Hope you're doing great on today. And I hope that everything is moving in the right direction for you, that you are up and at 'em and you're getting after it, and that your life is continuing to be everything that you desire for it to be. After all, you know you are the architect of your life, which means you're going to design, build, and live your life. So you might as well make it your best life and don't sell yourself short for 1 minute, because you can have, be, and do whatever you desire in life. You just have to make a decision to do so. Once again, thank you for being here on today. Go ahead and hit the like button or the thumbs up or the heart and let me know that you're here with us and that you're moving and grooving with Coach David on today. On today, I have something great for you. It's called My Thoughts, My Life. So this this thought came to me about how do my thoughts become my reality? How do they become my life? And let's just say, for instance, I don't like the way it's going. What can I, individual, do to change that? Because as I always tell you, you are the master controller of your life. Now, I understand there's a higher being, and I accept that and I agree with that, but he has given you the power in order to direct and to control your life, and he supports you in that. And so, whether you believe in God or believe in a higher being or whatever the case may be, I'm in agreement with you. However, that power that you have to control and to direct your life has been given to you. So since it has been given to you, you need to understand how it all comes about. How does it work? So I entitled this lesson, My Thoughts, My Life, How Your Thoughts Become Your Reality and What to Do About It. In case you don't like the way it is, there's something that you can do about it. So as we go into this on today, take great notes and know this right here, that you're in control, that you can do this. You can make the difference in your life. I want you to know that. And as we leave 2024, going into 2025, you have got to be in control. You've got to take control. This is your year. You said, Coach David, you said that last year, and I did. But this is your year. Go for it. Go for all of it. Go for the best. So let's do this. Let's talk about some definitions so that we ensure that we're all talking from the same arena, the same area. When I start saying your thoughts, when I say thoughts, that's a action or process of your thinking, which produces an idea or an opinion. Okay. So when I'm thinking, I get thoughts, and my thoughts are ideas or they're an opinion about something. Now, here's the key thing about that. That leads to a feeling. What is a feeling? A feeling is an emotional state, a reaction, or a belief. Now, I want you to get those three down. It is an emotional state, where I am emotionally. It is how I react to something, or it is what I believe. So if my thoughts lead to an emotional state or reaction or a belief, I can see that my thoughts are very important. But even more so, what's even more important is this right here. Your feelings are going to lead to action. Action is a thing that is done, or how you behave, how you be act. So you or be act or how you act, how you behave or how you act. I want you to see the dynamics of this. Here's the key point, and I want you to get this. Your thinking directly affects how you feel and how you act, how you behave. So, if that is the case, I need to go back to my thinking, to my thoughts, so that I can ensure that I get the right feeling, and that I can ensure that I act or behave in the way that's most beneficial to me. Now, like I said before, you can think anything you desire to think. You have a right to the way that you think. Now, the way you think may be incorrect, or it may be faulted, or whatever the case may be, it may be faulty. But listen, you have a right to it, and don't ever let anybody take that away from you. You have a right to believe what you want to believe. You have a right to think what you want to think and produce all those thoughts, even to the degree that they may be faulty. Now, you don't always have the right to act or behave any way you want to behave. That's the key and critical part of this. So what we got to do, what we must do as individuals on our own, we've got to understand that our thoughts, our life, that's how our life becomes the life that it is, the reality that it is through our thinking, through our thoughts. Okay. So if you want to change your life, you got to start with changing your thinking. Now, that leads me to a very important point. 90% of our life is mental. Yeah, I point to my head, but 90% of our life is mental. It's the thinking. And somebody says, well, wait a minute now. Come on now. I work very hard. Listen, only 10% of your life is the action that comes out of it. So what I did, I pulled some numbers and I want to give you an idea. I wrote them down right here. When we start thinking about thoughts, okay, on average, this is on average, 48 to 600 thoughts per minute. Now, how all that works together, scientists don't even know, but they have determined through brain activity that we have 48 to 600 thoughts per minute. Now, this was the number that really got me. Listen to this. 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Now you understand why I say 90% is mental and 10% is action. Let's keep going. 90% of our thoughts are repetitive. They're just repetitive thoughts. But here's the key point that I want to bring out. 75% of our thoughts are negative thoughts. Is there any wonder that we don't have negative things going on around us, in us, through us, and in our life? If that is the case, and scientists have studied this out, we've got to do something about it. And you can. That's the most important part of this. You can do something about where you're at. Most people, what they're attempting to do is to change their actions without first working on the mental aspect of it. It's got to be mindset first. We've got to work on that mental part of it first. When we change the mental part of it, we are going to change the actual action part of it. Because remember what I started with. My thinking leads to thoughts. My thoughts lead to feeling. My feeling leads to action. And that is the outcome, the results that I get. That's dynamic. Now, we want to understand that because here's what happens. A lot of times what we get is self-fulfilling, perpetuating cycles. What are you talking about? What is that? Well, it's something that I kind of coined after doing some study and some research. Self-fulfilling, perpetuating cycles. So watch this. What you think, your thoughts direct how you feel and act. So let's take that on an example basis. If you think you are a failure, you will feel like a failure. You will act or behave like a failure. In other words, you will fail. And then what happens? You now have evidence that makes you believe your thoughts are accurate. I'm going to say it again. If you think like a failure or you think you are a failure, you're going to feel like you're a failure. Because remember what I said, my thoughts bring an emotional state, a reaction, or a belief. So if I think I'm a failure, I'm going to feel like I'm a failure. Then only thing that can happen next is an act or an action. So I will act and behave like a failure, and then I will fail. And now I got proof, positive evidence that my thoughts were accurate. My. So when you see that, now you understand how your thoughts become your reality. Now, the question needs to be answered now, and Coach David is going to help you with this, is how do I overcome and how do I improve? Because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that way. No one wants to fail. No one wants to go around and fail. So I'm going to help you with that. Now, I came up with something called the SEEP method. C-E-E-P, SEEP method. It's something that I understand will help you in order. Because remember I'm going to go back real quickly to those numbers again. Remember, I said that we had 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. 90% of them are repetitive thoughts, and 75% of them are negative. And if I take that and then I look at what I just explained to you about thinking you are a failure, if you understand that part, now you can understand how we can improve, what you can do about it, because that's the second part of the lesson. What can I do about it? You can seep it. What do I mean? Number one is the C, challenge. You have to challenge negative thoughts. You've got to do that. You've got to challenge. Listen, you are in control of your mind. Your mind is not supposed to be in control of you. You can direct your mind. So you have to challenge those negative thoughts when they come to your mind. When your thinking leads you down a negative path, you have to challenge it every time. And what you need to do is repeatedly tell your mind how to think and what to think. And your mind will obey you. You have to do it on a repetitive basis. You can't do it once and think that it's going to happen. No, the negative part of it, if 75% of my thoughts or my repetitive thoughts are negative, then I definitely have to overcome that. The Bible says it like this: don't be overcome with evil, but you overcome evil with good. So see, the negative side of it is evil. And how do I overcome that evilness? I overcome it with goodness, saying good things, doing good things. Okay, so that's the C. The first E in the SEEP method is to engage yourself in positive self-talk. Stop the negative talk. Stop beating yourself up. Stop tearing yourself down. Stop saying all of those negative things about you. Challenge yourself, okay, to come up with some positive things about you. In other words, the best way I can say it is learn to be nice to yourself. Yep, I stopped so that can sink in. Learn to be nice to yourself. Quit saying those negative things about you. Oh, I could never do that. Oh, I'll never make it. Oh, this is the one I hear a lot. Take one step forward and two back and everything. That's negative. Knock that off, okay? You're always stepping forward. You're always progressing. You're always getting better. And even if you hit a little hiccup in the road, don't take rest there. Don't set up a camp there. Don't build a campfire and sit around the campfire telling all the negative stories. You've got to go ahead and engage yourself in some positive self-talk. Here's the other E in the SEEP method: eliminate negativity. Now, you can be negative, but there's other places where negativity can come from. And I'm going to give you two key places that they come from. And some of us don't want to hear this. One is people. You have got to learn when people start being negative around you, you got to get positive. You cannot continue to take on and take on and take on. I challenge you with this. Check the 5 closest people to you. You are exactly like them. Pay attention to what they're saying because you're saying some of the same stuff. That's why you're in that group. You have to eliminate that. You have got to eliminate all that negativity. I didn't say they stop being your friend. I didn't say that. Okay. Just don't go as often and don't stay as long. You have to understand that you can overcome that. The second source of negativity, if you will, is the media. Boy, they paint the negative picture for us all the time. And you've got to learn to stay out of the media, stay off the news, stay out of all of the social media, because you're going to find negative stuff there. And here's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to buy in to what they're selling. So you have to learn how to guard yourself. I did not say kick your friends away from you. I just said you got to eliminate the negativity part of it. I didn't say that you couldn't be on social media. Social media is a good thing when it's used in the proper way, but you don't need to be hanging on to all that negative stuff going on, because birds of a feather, they flock together. And so you have got to understand that. And then here's the final one right here, the P in the SEEP method: pay attention to the present moment. You hear me say this all the time. Live in the present now. Don't be looking at the past, because you will always find something negative back there. Don't be looking into the future, because it may seem gloom or bleak to you. You have got to live in the present. What are you thinking now? And is it relevant to your success? That's it. And if you will do those things, I share with you, and I believe with all of my heart, this is how you overcome the negativity. You overcome the negativity with the positive. And when you do that, great and wonderful things are going to begin to happen in your life, and you're going to see your thoughts begin to change to a positive light. So I hope this has helped you on today. And I hope that you will take this and go into 2025 looking at it from this standpoint right here. My thoughts, my life. How my thoughts become my reality. Now I know what to do about it. I'll seep it every single time and watch what great and wonderful things are going to happen. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for being here with me all the way through 2024 and now going into 2025, where great and wonderful things are going to happen. You are the architect of your life. Okay, since you are, design it to the highest degree. And when you get to that point, go a little bit higher because you can see further. Okay. And remember this right here. Remember, I am Coach David. I believe in you. And I know that great and wonderful things come your way. I'm going to get out of here for this week. I'll see you in 2025. You have a blessed week all week long. Thank you. Bye.